Hi there. Today I'm going to show you how to conduct some basic calculations in Microsoft Excel. Today I'm using Microsoft Excel 2010, but what I'm showing you can be used in previous versions and also later versions of Excel. I've put together this sample data which you can see here, just some locations which is irrelevant, ticket prices and quantity. And what I think we're going to do is we're going to work out the a multiplication of the ticket price by the quantity to get a total per location, and then we'll go ahead and we'll get a total for that on its own for all of the multiplications. Just very quickly, I'm going to show you how to manually do a sum. It's irrelevant, but we'll add up these numbers here. To do it manually, we just click into the cell we want to do the calculation in. We can either start typing or we can type into the formula bar here. For quickness, I've just got a habit of typing. Whenever we're starting an Excel formula, we start off with equals, and then Excel knows the contents of that cell is going to be a formula. If we want to add up a number of cells, then the function we use is sum, S-U-M, and it doesn't have to be in lowercase or uppercase letters. So we're going to do a sum, and then to define the cells we want to do it in, we open a bracket, and then we can simply drag and select the cells we want to do. So you'll notice as we've dragged and selected that range of cells, it's shown as from C5 colon C10, and the colon just indicates that the cells between the two of those. So all cells from C5 through to C10, which is correct. And I want to close the bracket. And there we go, that's correct. What you can also do in Excel, and I find myself doing quite a lot, so it's £221, I'll delete that, is if you select the cells themselves, just drag and select them, you'll actually see the Excel down in the corner here, gives you a little summary. So it tells you there that the average is 36.83, we're counting 6 cells, and the sum is £221. There is another way of adding up using an auto sum feature, which we'll look at shortly. Doing a multiplication is very much the same. We're going to do equals, but rather than doing a range of cells, we're actually going to click in the cells we want to do. So I'm just going to say equals. We don't need to open a bracket for this. Equals ticket price for Manchester, and I'm just going to hold shift and press 8 to get the an asterisk or a multiplication symbol to multiply by the quantity. And if we just press return on the keyboard, or you can click the tick up here in the formula bar, and it's giving us 70,000. If you're doing this yourself and you find it's not giving you the cell formatted as currency, you can do that by selecting up here. I've already did this in advance. What we're then going to do is autofill this down. In autofill, if you don't already know, we just go to the bottom right hand corner of a cell. You can see how the cursor changes when I move it to there. It goes to almost like a perfect cross. If you click on that and drag it down, then you can see it's autofilled those numbers down. And what we're going to then do is just again do a sum of that, but rather than doing it as we did before, so we could do equals sum, and then we could select those and close over, press enter, and then we've got 570,000, which, okay. But there's a quicker way of doing it. I don't know if it's because I learned Excel at a young age, but I don't find myself using it often, but you can do it using AutoSum. Click on the cell you'd like to do the sum in, and then up in the corner here in the toolbar, you'll see there's an option for AutoSum. And simply just click on AutoSum, and you'll see that it's automatically looked at the cells above the cell we're inserting the calculation into. It's assumed that those are the cells we want to do, and it's assumed we want to do as a sum, which is correct. It does it for you. You just press enter, and then it's done it without us having to select the cells. The other way of doing a sum, I'll just delete this, the auto sum, is to the right hand side. You can click and it gives you some additional options, so you can actually do count numbers, where again it's giving us count, and it's giving us 6. Again, I've got that formatted as currency. We'll just delete that. Or we can do the same for average. average, yeah. And you can do the same for max and min. Max will give you the highest number, min will give you the lowest number. And then there are some more functions here if you want to look through them. So, in a nutshell, that's how you do some basic calculations in Excel. It's fairly straightforward, but I think it's a basic function that everyone should know. If you have any questions or would like any help, please get in touch. Thanks for watching.